I am Jesus fucking Christ, the sea turtle with a straw up its nostril. What am I talking about? Well, I'm God. I was Jesus. I was Jesus. Do you know what it's like for me, God, to live in this world? I watch a world full of media, TV, news stories, movies, music. And all I see is a circus show being put on for me by demons. And the world denies me. That's my reality. That's my life. No friends, no happiness, nothing. Anyways. I noticed there's a news article talking about that comedian, Peter Kay. Apparently he's some heckler. He had an argument with the security. He told the security to attack the heckler or whatever. I wonder what that's about. I don't even know. I saw the headline. But that's the thing. I used to have a problem with a drug called ketamine, which is called K. I used to live in Brighton. So when I was a young teenager, I lived with people, right? So my flesh mother, flesh mum, biological flesh mum, Fiona Salvin, she moved to Brighton with her then girlfriend, Jennifer Jenkins. They broke apart. They separated. My mum had lots of drug problems. So, she used to have all kinds of drugs. In fact, she gave me my first ecstasy pill. She had things like speed and ketamine and weed. There was tons of weed, tons of ketamine, cocaine, all sorts of stuff like that. Okay? And I was in a domestic abuse situation, okay? A very evil, demonic bitch, okay? There was one time I got so mad with her, I almost punched her in the face. Almost. I didn't. That's probably one of the best decisions I ever made, not to do that. Because if I'd had done that, I couldn't imagine how worse my life could have been for doing that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I am God, but that's the thing. These demons wanted to trap me in bad situation after bad situation after bad situation. That has been the 37 years of my life. That's all demons want to do, is try to trap me again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, the other nickname for ketamine is Katie. Well, you know who Katie Price is, yeah? You know Katie Price lives near Brighton, yeah? Jordan, yeah? You know the Jordan River? Yeah, you ever heard of the Jordan River before? Here, hang on a second. Anyways, when I was a teenager, my mum, her best friend, was called Mark. He was about 5 years older than me. You see, my mum always wanted me to be gay. I'm not gay. She wanted a gay son. So she found herself a gay son called Mark. And they did lots of drugs together. And my mum abused me and hated me, treated me like... She treated me horribly. Hang on a second. So I got addicted to ketamine because, well, it made me feel a lot better, I'll be honest. Turns out, it's funny actually, because I did it for years. And I remember messaging a guy I went to school with, a guy called Ian Meadus, and I was like, hey, you should check out this drug because it's like, I remember saying to him, like, it's, yeah. Because I heard, basically I said to him, like, I think it's like a really powerful antidepressant, basically. And that's what the news articles were. That's when, see, when I started doing it, that's when they started saying that it's a very powerful antidepressant. There were some, I started hearing like little news stories about it, and then it became bigger and bigger and bigger, basically. But anyway, I had a huge problem with ketamine. So when I say I'm Jesus fucking Christ, the sea turtle with a straw up its nose, well, that's the thing. I use straws to put ketamine in my nose all the time. I had where I used to live in Brighton, there used to be literally just, you could find straws in any corner of the flat. They would just, they would just fall off, they would just be everywhere. Plastic straws all over the place. I mean, my nose, listen to it. Yeah, and I still haven't done ketamine in how many years? It's probably been, I don't know, 10 years? I still got a bad nose after all this time. My nose is, I need a doctor to fix it. I need a doctor to, I've obviously got some serious sinus problems since doing all those drugs. But anyway, how does this, what am I talking about? So, Mark and my flesh mom Fiona, and me, we became heavily, we were all doing ketamine, okay? The only thing is that, well, Mark, he's doing a hell of a lot better than me, because he's a witch, yeah, and I hate him, and he will burn for that. He will burn. He will die in his sins, because he's a sinner. Okay? I'm God. I do not like him. I can't think of anyone, really. Maybe, I'm sure there are some. But I don't have any friends. The world hates me that much. It makes it impossible, because everyone is constantly trying to do witchcraft against me. I mean, the sea turtle thing is, that's the thing, it's called a sea turtle. And guess what? I saw it with my eyes. I saw the video. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. And I saw this thing, years and years and years ago. And it got the straw stuck up its nose. And it couldn't get it out. And, the sea turtle, the marine biologists, they're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Trying to get the straw out of the fucking nose of the turtle. Yeah. Well, that's, it's blasphemy. Her words matter. Her words matter. She called that turtle. She said, Jesus fucking Christ. I was Jesus. I'm Jesus the second coming. I'm God. I'm Father. And believe me, I've had some sex, okay? A long time ago. Yeah, back then when the sea turtle story came out, yeah. But since then, probably not that much. Well, that's the thing, right? Because, what happened because of that video, people said, say no to single-use plastics, right? But that's the thing, I'm single. I'm God. I'm Jesus' second coming, I've come back from my bride, right? I've come back from my bride. And everyone wants to say no to single-use plastics. Well, I was the single that used plastic. Yeah? So it's the world, attacking me with magic. And trying to, you got all these people going around saying, using plastic is evil. If you use plastic, you're evil. We hate you. Yeah, well, I'm him. I was the single-use plastic guy. Jesus fucking Christ. The sea turtle with a fucking straw stuck up its fucking nose. Yeah? And now everyone has paper straws. Yeah? So this is the thing, because, this is connected with what's in the New Testament, right? The book of Revelation, there's the story about the first beast and the second beast. The first beast, it rises up out of the sea. It has 7 heads and 10 horns, but one of its heads is wounded as if by a sword. Okay? The sword thing can mean, well, it can mean all kinds of things. Okay? But, that's the thing. The second beast, ordered them to set up an image in honor of the first beast who was wounded by a sword yet lived. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, because I did drugs with other guys, other people. There were guys I used to do ketamine with a lot. And other people who didn't do ketamine, but they didn't do it as much as me, or, but they knew I did it, and they watched me do it, and all sorts of stuff. But, plenty of people knew. That's the thing, I grew up with, all these crazy people doing drugs around me, and me doing drugs, and domestic abuse. My mom, she hated me. She was trying to kill me. Okay? She's a demon. What did demons do to Jesus Christ? They killed him. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, in this day and age, people can't just, put a crucifix in the middle of the street and say, hey, you, I don't like you. On you get. We'll nail you to that cross and we'll kill you. And expect to get away with it. No, it doesn't work like that anymore. 2,000 years ago, people would say, crucify him, and Pontius Pilate would be like, okay then, if that's what you really want, okay then. But, today, things are a little different, yeah? So, the demons have to come up with crafty ideas to try to kill me. You understand? Probably not, because you're a demon. Okay. Anyways, so the story is about there's the dragon, the red dragon. There's the dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns. Yeah, and then there's the first beast that has 7 heads and 10 horns as well. And there's the second beast that says, set up an image in honor of the first beast. Well, this is the thing. This is why, but that's the thing, that's what the world does. The world is constantly trying to present an image that is trying to reflect some aspect of me, and it's attacking me with witchcraft. Okay? Because I'm not a sea turtle. Okay? I'm God. Okay? I have had problems in my life because demons keep attacking me, and demons keep using media as a way to attack me and get people in the world, and people attack me with their words, the way they behave, what they do, what they say. Jesus fucking Christ, the sea turtle with a straw stuck up its fucking nose. Yeah, say no to single-use plastics. We don't like him, he's a cunt. Yeah, that's why demons hate me. I've come back from my bride. Yeah, and the world is like, no, we don't like him. We think he's a sea turtle. Whatever. You know what it says about, in the book of Revelation? It says there's a great mountain thrown into the sea. Yeah, it's like a good, and that's the thing, you've seen the film Scarface where he's got the big mountain of cocaine. Well, that's the thing, I used to snort a lot of ketamine. Maybe not quite a mountain that size, but you know, and it talks about, you know, how the animals in the sea died. You know, how, you know, in different parts of the book of Revelation, it talks about how, you know, the waters became poisoned and marine life is dying, and, you know, and shit, you know, you know, all kinds of stories like that, okay? And that's the thing, right? I'm God. If I die, the world dies. You know, all these people who want to cry about, you know, coral reefs disappearing and marine life and fish, you know, plastics and, you know, marine life dying, and, you know, people are so worried about the animals. Well, guess what? I'm God. If, you know, if I don't exist, you know, if all the world wants to do is destroy me, you destroy, the world gets destroyed. The world will not, everything will be dead without me. I created everything. I made the sea turtle. Yeah, I made the fish. I made the rabbits. I made the sheep, the goats, the cows, the humans, the monkeys, the trees, the grass, the universe. Made it all. Yeah? And how does the world treat me? It hates me. The demons hate me. They want me to die. And, you know, how am I still alive after all this time? You know, I've gone through wanting to die so many times. You wouldn't believe. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many days I've woken up feeling like I want to die. Seriously. Like, hundreds of times. Thousands of times, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, you know, I grew up as a little child, you know, and what was that thing that was on TV? You know, the kids' cartoon and the computer games and, you know, all the models. You go to McDonald's, you get yourself a Happy Meal, get yourself your little toys and stuff, like your little idols with your Happy Meal. Yeah. Little false idols. Witchcraft idols. Yeah, I mean, you know the show, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah? Where do they live? In the sewer. Yeah, they live in the sewer where the crap and piss goes, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, there was Donatello and Raphael. And was it Raphael? Yeah, I think so. And the other two, I can't remember the other ones. And then there was the Rat. Yeah, you know the Rat. I can't remember his name. And then there was Shredder. Yeah, Shredder. Well, that's the thing. The world has been doing witchcraft against me since the day I can remember. Like, it's always doing witchcraft to me, always. And even when I was a tiny little boy, a child, when I was a baby, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I was having all kinds of witchcraft done against me. And nobody said to me, oh, by the way, you're God. You're the second coming of Jesus Christ. No, nobody told me that. I had to figure that out by myself. And I figured that out because the world keeps doing witchcraft against me. I noticed the reason, you know, the reason I was being abused by so many people. I realized that my life, I realized how the world revolves around me in terms of, you know, I look at the media, I look at the movies, I hear the music, I see what people talk about, I see the news stories, I see the disasters, I see, you know, and I see it all, and I see that the world is fixated on me, but it hates me. It doesn't like me. It's fixated on me. You know how, you know when Jesus, you know, in the New Testament, Jesus Christ, yeah, everyone's talking about him. You know, there are those who are following him, right, who say they love him, and there are those who hate Jesus Christ. I mean, they're fixated on Jesus Christ. It's not like they just went, oh, who cares? We don't need to know anything about him. They were fixated on him. They wanted to kill him. Yeah, but now the world's different because people hide behind media and computers and TVs and stuff like that. You know, people are attacking me with witchcraft through all these things. Demons are using all these tools to try to kill me. And it's a lot for me to contend with, I'll be honest. It is. My life sucks. It really does. And I don't mean like that. I mean, you know, my life is not worth living at all. It really isn't. It really doesn't feel like it. The only reason, I mean, the fact is, like, if the world had been treating me like this, and I didn't actually, well, that's the thing, I know who I am. I mean, obviously that's kept me going. If I didn't know who I was, well, I mean, I was ready to go a long time ago. Yeah. Because I was so depressed, people were being so horrible and nasty to me. You know, I was fighting with demons all the time, arguing with demons, being attacked by demons, and trying to escape, you know, all these horrible situations I kept finding myself in, and never finding any escape from it. But I'm here, so things have gotten better for me financially, in some sense, but my health is not good. I don't feel good. I'd like some positive things to happen in my life. I really would, but the world doesn't care. The world would rather pretend I don't exist. I say I'm God, and the world says, no, you're not. And then, you know, they wander off, and then, you know, war, and, you know, the food prices go up, and, you know, people want to, you know, people have so many complaints about what's going on in the world, you know. We got problems with this, we got problems with that, you know. Look at the migrant crisis. You know, people constantly going on about the migrant crisis. Well, that's the thing, I'm Grant. That's my fucking name. And I'm telling people, I'm Grant. And people want to say, we hate migrants. I'm like, I'm Grant, I'm God, that's my name. And you're saying that you're saying you hate me. I mean, Jesus did say, do not judge. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, the world and the demons are just constantly attacking me with their words. Again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. With media, art. And I'm sitting here telling you again and again who I am. Nobody fucking cares. And so, don't cry when you see 50,000 people die. Don't cry when someone like, what's that guy? Axel Rudakabana? Yeah, what did he do? What was that guy? The guy who got 52 years in prison? What did he do? Yeah, but that's the thing, you know. I mean, those little girls, what were they doing? I mean, they were worshipping Taylor Swift. I mean, Taylor Swift was their idol. Yeah, remember the story? That's what they said, right? How does God feel about false idols? Yeah, look, bad things like that are going to continue to happen because the world hates God and God hates the world. And so the world will suffer those types of things again and again. And it's going to get worse. You know, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis. You know, I'm not talking about, you know, some days there'll be a couple of people who die. The next day it could be 100,000 people die. Yeah, or it could be World War III. It could be, you know, poverty. It could be, you know, your quality of life goes way down, you know, because you don't love God. You do not appreciate me. You hate me. You do witchcraft against me. You will not stop. You will not listen to me. And I keep telling people, listen to me. But you don't want it. So the inevitable happens. And I can't say any more than that. I've cried too many times about this, I'll be honest. I really have. When I thought about this idea for this video today, and I looked up that video of that sea turtle, you know, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the sea turtle, but I mean, most people, they would cry for the sea turtle, but I was the guy with the straw stuck in his nose all the time. I mean, I would go to work, right? How did I used to do it, you know? I used to buy 10, 12, 20 grams at a time of ketamine. And I remember I used to go to work. I would work in IT for the NHS. I'd come back home. I mean, I was doing it before I even worked for the NHS, but in the years that I was, yeah, I mean, you know, I'd have my working in IT. You know, I'd come home. I would prepare it. You know, I'd get myself a bottle of it. I'd get myself some nice water, distilled water. Well, Evian. I always used to use Evian water or bottled water, and I would mix the water with the crystals, and then I would cook it on a plate. I would cook it on like a little plate on top of a saucepan with steam until it evaporated, and then I just, you know, I would scrape it off the plate, my Pyrex plate, and I just, yeah, and I would have a whole bunch of lines of ketamine, playing computer games, watching movies, and, you know, most days I was doing maybe a gram and a half, maybe 2 grams, maybe less, but, you know, I was doing a lot. You know, I used to get pain in my bladder. I used to get horrible nosebleeds. I always had a really bad nose, because it's not the same as cocaine, because cocaine, it doesn't really block the nose in the same way. With ketamine though, like, you get, you know, it really blocks, it's caused me a lot of problems with my sinuses, okay? More than other people, I would say. More than other people, yeah. But I used to vape and do ketamine at the same time, so, and, you know, the ketamine, you know, vape, you know, the stuff they put in vaporizers, you know, the propylene glycol and whatever, you know, that stuff's really, I think it's sticky, I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, my sinuses are, I need to see a doctor, really, I do. But I'm waiting for the world to listen to me. I don't want to go see a doctor, because I don't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody. I wouldn't even trust a doctor. I don't trust anybody, because if I go to a doctor and they don't know who I am, all they're going to do is do witchcraft against me. More and more witchcraft. More and more and more and more witchcraft. And to be quite honest, I'm not that desperate. I'm really not that desperate. And I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. It's been that way for a long time. I'll be very angry and upset about it, that the world pushed me to that. And a lot of people will die as a result. A lot of people will burn in hell for that. But that's the world. That's what the world does. Why should I expect any different, huh? See, when that sea turtle, you know, they found that sea turtle with a straw stuck in its nose, you know, it wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't for the fact she went, fuck, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, but she had to say that. She had to call the turtle Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. She had to, didn't she? Well, you know, what does it talk? It talks about the first beast of Revelation. It talks about names of blasphemy on its head. Yeah? It's because that's the thing. The world constantly labels me with blasphemy, blasphemous words all the time. That's for me, I'm God. I live in this world. Everything I look at, it's like a circus show. It's a circus show put on by demons. It's like they're holding up a wonky mirror to me all the time. You know, you ever seen those wonky mirrors? You know, where the reflection's it's a warped reflection. That's all the world does to me. It makes fun of me again and again and again and again and again. And that's my entire life. That's all this world offers me. And so all I can offer the world is destruction as a result of that. War, poverty, you know, all I can do, I cannot bless a world that hates me. I can't. I really can't. The world that hates me gets destroyed. You know how in the environment, you know how environmentalists, they worry about, the population number of, because you have the food chain, right? You know how life cycles work, and you know how the environment is, how different plants and animals coexist together. Yeah, like if you take one species out of the environment, it can affect the entire environment. It can drastically change the entire environment. Well, I'm God. When you try to take me out of the environment like that, right? Because the world cannot exist, right, without me. That's the thing. I'm the source of all blessings. Without me, everyone's dead. Everything's dead. Okay? That's really how it is. And, after all the stuff I've been through, after all the horrible stuff this world has put me through, it's put on all this stupid clown show for me. But ultimately, I always win. I always win. I mean, I get, the world wants to play the stupid game with me, but it can't escape me. The world, demons, they fight me, but they can't beat me. In the end, they die. I live forever. I live forever, and they die. So, they go to destruction. And that's the thing. I go to destruction as well. That's the thing. But I don't actually get destroyed. I am the destroyer. Okay? I destroy the evil. Okay? So yes, I'm the dragon. The beast, yeah, I'm the dragon, I'm the beast, I'm God, I'm Satan, I was Jesus Christ. I mean, think about it, right? I was Jesus Christ, I was crucified. Now, a lot of people wouldn't like to believe that Jesus Christ himself was or is Satan, but I am. I'm Satan. Yeah? How is that for justice? Think about that, So, I came to the world 2,000 years ago trying to show people love, right? forgiveness, like to give people a path to follow, to have eternal life. Okay? I was crucified, I was murdered, I was mocked, I was insulted, I was attacked. People spat on me, lied about me, attacked me. And that's been happening for thousands of years. Yeah? People have been hating me for thousands of years. And now I come back and I'm Satan. Yeah? I'm here to destroy those who I hate. The ones that hate me. The world hated me first. Yeah? So what happened with Mike? And you know, that's the other thing, right? Because you know the story about Matthew Perry. You know, remember he was part of that TV show called Friends? Well, he didn't have any friends, did he? Really? Strange, isn't it? So the guy from Friends, who had no friends, who died of a ketamine addiction, basically. Yeah. He drowned in a tub. Maybe he thought he was a sea turtle. Yeah, maybe he thought he was a sea turtle. Maybe that's why he drowned. Yeah. You see, that's what the world does. The world is addicted to my energy. It will try to mimic me in all different types of ways. Because you know that saying, you know, dancing to the tune of somebody, you know, that's the thing. I'm God. I'm like, you know how a conductor conducts an orchestra. He's like do 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 do, you know, boom boom boom. But you know how I conduct. That's the thing. That the world, it dances to my tune. I'm God. That everything dances to my tune in one way or another. Now, I told people, if you want to have eternal life, you have to get to me through Jesus Christ. Any other way is unacceptable. You can't do that. But the world, it does that. The world wants to be me. The world wants to mimic me now. Not who I was 2,000 years ago, but now. It's trying to draw my energy in this current me, okay? And that I do not accept. That I call witchcraft. That I do not I do not approve of people mimicking me in order to pretend they're me. That's what the world does. It mimics me. It dances to my tune to pretend it's me. But if you want to dance to my tune, you have to dance to the tune of Jesus Christ, who I was 2,000 years ago. You can do that. If you don't do that, well, you're going to burn. You're going to die. Because you're not allowed to do it any other way. You were specifically told that. Okay? I mean, you know, the thing with the yeah, I mean, you know what this is, right? It's a nose. Yeah. You know what straw is? Well, you know the parable about the wheat and the chaff. Yeah, the wheat and the chaff. The chaff will be tossed into the fire. Yeah, well, straw is chaff, isn't it? Pretty much. Yeah, straw nose. Depart from me, I do not know you. Straw nose. Yeah, look, the demons attack me with all kinds of witchcraft. I mean, you know how Jesus said, when will this, Jesus was asked, when's the second coming going to be? And he says, I don't know that day or hour, only my Father knows. Only my Father knows. Yeah? it's the word ETA. Well, ETA means expected time of arrival. Yeah, ETA mine is in the word ketamine. Yeah, ketamine. 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 Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'll just mention I don't do drugs anymore. I smoke cigarettes. I drink a bit of alcohol, not very much. I've pretty much quit drinking alcohol. But I mean, the fact is, I don't have any friends. I don't have any social life. So where would I get it anyway? You know, I don't associate with the world anymore. I cannot do. You know, I'm God. I don't want to hang around people who don't understand that I'm God, because they do witchcraft against me. I stay away from people because it's best for me. But believe me, I am ready to go. I'm ready to leave this planet. I don't care about being here. Well, I ask myself a lot. I ask myself this question a lot. Why the fuck am I even here? If I'm God, if I'm the second coming of Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I here for? What the fuck did I come here for? I want to know. Like, why did I put myself here? Why am I here? Almost daily, I'm telling myself, I want to leave. I want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. But the world and the demons are conspiring to keep me trapped. But the fact is, it's a battle they lose, because ultimately everyone dies and gets destroyed as a result of trying to do that to me. You cannot do that to me and expect to get away with it. It doesn't work like that. So, you know, I mean, this is the thing. You know when people go to war, you have one army against another army, you know, and if someone wants, you know, to have peace, you know, they'll draw up terms of peace, you know, to stop the conflict. You know, like, okay, we need this, we demand this, you know, and we can give you this and that, whatever it is, right? You know, there has to be some terms of peace. But that's the thing, the world is not interested in peace. I keep trying to, that's the thing, I want the world to listen to me. The world will not listen to me. So that's it. So, you know, you will see more people die. Yeah, it's going to happen. The stories will get worse and worse and worse. Okay? You'll see more and more planes fall out of the sky. Yeah? I mean, how many plane crashes? You know, I said the other day, I said expect another 10 plane crashes. Well, since then, there's been 1, 2, 3 more plane crashes since then that have been in the news. There was one in Alaska. A bunch of people died. There was one in Brazil that crashed into the back of a bus. I mean, some people say that's not newsworthy. Someone just wants to, you know, they just want to, scare people. It's fear mongering. But how many times do you hear about a plane crash into the back of a bus? I mean, it was a small plane, but still, you know what I mean? And then there was the plane, what was it? Oh yeah, the Motley Crue guy, Vince Neil, and yeah, his private jet crashed into another plane. Yeah. Well, look, you know, the world is stupid. The world doesn't listen to me, so yeah, people will keep dying until they love me. And if they don't love me, well, everyone that's the way it goes. You know, people ever change or they don't. It's really that simple. And I will expose again and again what the world does. And people, yeah, well, people don't listen to that. They don't care. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know, I used to do, you know, I used to do drugs with other guys, you know. I used to know guys who had serious drug problems. There were a couple of guys that I used to hang with who went to university in Brighton. They went to the University of Sussex, I think, most of them. I think. Was it, I can't remember actually. I can't remember. Or was it the University of Brighton? I can't remember. There was a guy called Liam, a guy called Joe Roberts, and Joel Gentle. And we used to drink a lot together, do drugs a lot together. And they would come around to my place a lot because I lived in a council flat in town. And so whenever they were out in town, they would call me up and meet with me. You know, they would meet with me almost every single day for years. And so we were, you know, I was seeing these guys multiple times every single week. Hanging out, playing games, chilling, doing whatever, right? They didn't know I was God. And they still don't. They still don't care. Nobody does. They dislike me. Just like everybody else. Just like everybody else, yeah. Well, I'm getting bored of talking about this, really. So, you know, the world, it wants to say no to single-use plastics. Well, that's the thing, I'm single. I've been single for 13 years, 14 years. When did they introduce the paper straw then? Go on, let's find out. Paper straw. Oh, isn't it interesting? So Donald Trump, there's a news article here that says Trump signs trivial executive order to oust paper straw usage. So Trump wants to go back to plastic now. He wants to go back to the plastic straw. How fucking interesting, yeah. And then there's Peter Kay. He wants to, you know, he's been in the news about the heckler guy, and the security guard took him away. Yeah. See, the world is mocking me. Demons, they're trying to fight me constantly. You know, I fight one battle and then I find out I'm in another battle and another battle and another battle and another one. You know, there's about demons are attacking me with all in so many different ways, all at the same time. How could I fight all those battles? You know, how do I address? You know, if someone asks you 10 million, you know, if you have 10 million let's say you're at a press conference, right, and there's 10 million reporters and they all want to ask you different questions. How are you going to answer all the, and you've got 5 minutes to answer all of them? How are you going to do that? Yeah, you can't. It's the thing. There's so many demons, and the world conspires to attack me with witchcraft constantly, and all I can do is keep trying to point these things out, and in the hope that somebody listens, but no one ever fucking does. So, yeah, whatever, right?